next subject is on Let's Talk About Sex, Kids, and Sexuality.
Okay.
You remember, Bob, when me, Josie, and you were driving home, and you guys heard on the Dr. Drew show?
Aye. How it does
this
tell.
man who's a father, he caught his, I think it was like 8-year-old daughter masturbating, and he didn't understand why.
She was 3.
Yeah, she was 3. She was 3.
She was around.
How old was he?
She was what? Yes, she was 3.
I thought she
five.
was
Sorry, she was 5.
Okay.
She was 5. Yes, no. She was humping on a
pillow. Yeah, on a pillow. And said, "Why are you doing that?" And she said, "Because it feels good." And like, how do you explain that? Like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And her father, by the way, her father answered that he asked her, "Why are you doing that?" Just as Jackie said, and she answered, "Because it feels good." And then he said, "Okay, well, don't do that in public, okay?" And that's what he answered. So Jackie, Bobby, and I were talking how what would you tell if you had a 5-year-old little girl? What would you tell her?
Yeah.
Would you tell her it was wrong? Would you tell her it was right? Would you tell? What would you tell
told
her?
her it was appropriate. Like, just don't do that in public. Regardless if she knows whether or not.
That's what you would say?
Meetings,
That's what you would say?
Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it.
Why is there nothing
Well, it's
wrong
natural.
with
It's completely natural. Like,
What's natural about
good.
it?
It feels good. Like, I'm sure it felt good. Like, she's not lying. Like, kids don't lie. That's
what I'm saying. Children are honest, right?
Yeah.
So when you tell a child, oh, that's not right, they'll take that in.
Okay.
It's not like it's not like in adolescence, you know, they'll take that in because children are honest.
Yeah.
And whatever they see and do, whatever's comfortable in their home, they're gonna, do it out in public. And
Okay.
you know,
So you think it's right for a girl, like little girl, to masturbate at that age?
No, I don't
It's
think
not-
I don't think
it's
that's
not
right. I'm saying okay.
What
it's,
difference does
it's,
it make?
It's
It's not
natural.
because she's not going
She's
to
not-
with
Okay.
the intention
Yeah.
that I'm gonna go in my room, lay down, and start masturbating. It's gonna
But
feel good.
either
and I'm gonna
way,
get an
she's gonna
orgasm.
do that. Okay.
That's not what it is. She's going in there because she just knows it feels good.
She's not.
She doesn't know nothing else.
Let's face it. Like the human race was meant to be like having babies like at age probably 14 or 15. As soon as you're able to, as a race of human beings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without technology or anything like that. So from
Several times.
so that it's completely natural to that she feels those feelings. You know what I mean? Like so, it's completely natural. Like she shouldn't do it in public because we judge it as being
It all comes down to how our society views it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what sort of gives us that like ideal.
And we would all.
And also, how many people do you see masturbating?
Exactly, and we would all agree that that's the.
Get arrested for that.
Yeah.
Sir, you're masturbating in the public park.
It's progress. That's exactly what he told her daughter.
Alright, so you would encourage your daughter to
No, I
do
wouldn't
that?
encourage it.
Hold on. Bobby, what would you tell your daughter?
To her.
First, I would tell no. Okay,
What would
let
you
me.
tell your Bobby?
A little girl like that is innocent. She doesn't know what's good or what's wrong.
Yeah.
For me, I think her doing that, it feels good. It's like it feels good, but I think it's not right to do it. So I'm not gonna tell her to go to her room and go keep on doing that.
What are you
same
gonna
thing.
tell
I'll
her?
tell her it feels good, but it's wrong. I'll tell her that's not a good thing to do. Just
Why
tell
is
her
it wrong?
it's
Why
wrong
is it
because
wrong?
Did she ask you why?
Why?
It's
This is what we're
not
talking
an
about.
appropriate thing to do.
That's how you're gonna tell her. I'm 5 years old. You're gonna come up to me and say it's wrong, and I say, why is it wrong, Daddy? And you say,
Yeah, I think it's not appropriate. You shouldn't be touching.
what the hell is
yourself there.
appropriate?
What?
What's appropriate? I'm 5. Remember, I'm 5.
Yeah, you're 5. Okay.
What happens when she's like 12 or 13?
No, the problem is that like Brandon said, she carries that thought for her whole life.
For her whole
And
life.
it can turn into a girl who's really shy, doesn't have sex. It can affect her entire life because she feels socially awkward. Like something like that
Exactly.
can put that
Exactly.
in
She's gonna get at that age where she can't handle it. She's like, I just want to go.
She doesn't want to
She's
feel
gonna
embarrassed
start-
or ashamed.
Exactly. And she's
That's
gonna
what
be
it
like,
is.
And that's not
I'm dirty because
necessarily.
Daddy told
Okay,
me when I was 5 years
listen,
old that like, why are you touching yourself?
little girl,
And she'll
Innocent
Think about
girl.
it long
listen,
term.
innocent girl. I'm not gonna die. I don't care about the future. Innocent little girl.
It's all about the future.
No, it doesn't matter. So
Alright.
if you think like little boy, like God is stealing, you think like it's a good thing. You tell her that's a good thing. It feels good.
I'm not
So
gonna
like
tell my
that.
daughter it's a good thing. Go, girl.
Uh-huh.
You go in
And
there.
stealing
No,
isn't
I'm not gonna tell
necessarily
her
a
that.
natural reaction as
Yeah.
It's honestly
You as a
not.
No,
person,
okay, let me tell her. Okay,
you
this
can't tell
always
me.
a lot of stuff that feels good to do, but it's not a good thing to do, right? There's
Maybe
a lot
not
of
at that,
stuff.
not at that age.
You're comparing
Not at that
feeling
age.
more so than you are feeling.
I wouldn't say it was
like
wrong.
natural
I would just be like you really shouldn't do it. And then like at a certain age, like you know what I mean, like.
Exactly.
But why should you do it?
See? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
If you're gonna come
that's
to your
what I'm
daughter
saying.
and say,
She
why
can-
are you doing
the
that?
thing
Don't
is,
do it.
the
You
thing
should
it comes
do it.
down to you just like he said is the best thing you can possibly say is just don't do it in private. Like don't do it in public. Sorry. And like if she's gonna do whatever she wants when she's by herself, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
No,
like
but
he
exactly,
said, no, like he
exactly.
said, if you try to like say it's wrong, then it can like be like a chain reaction that could lead to her being a completely different life.
Yeah.
And it could also do nothing. A girl could grow up and then be like and just experience it at a different time.
Maybe be a sex
but
addict
when
because
you
of it.
But when you do something like that and someone says that you're doing something wrong, like at that age, aren't you gonna
Yeah, it
feel
could be
ashamed?
a-
Aren't you gonna
it
feel
will grow on
embarrassed
you.
for what you just
Yeah.
did and your
Yeah.
parents
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't
Isn't
you?
that the whole
You-
point? Like what we
Aren't you
said.
gonna feel
Oh,
embarrassed?
So you
I
want
mean,
your kid to be
sex is
ashamed?
not-
You'll carry
You
that
want
with
your
you.
kid to
You'll
be
carry that
ashamed?
with you.
No, yeah, I'd rather let them not do that at that age. So tell them,
Yeah.
okay, this is not good to do like at this age. You're 5 years old. That's not a good thing to do. Like I don't know. Like I'll just explain it to them.
How much do you think she's gonna listen to
Okay, yeah,
in the
that's
long
that's
run? How much do you think?
I would like-
How much do you think
No,
you're gonna tell
no,
your
no,
son
no,
or
no,
your
no.
daughter? How much do you think you're gonna tell your daughter and your son and think that they're gonna carry
I
on
don't
with
care.
them?
Like at
With
that
their-
point, age
with
is
their
not
responsibility.
appropriate.
Listen.
You can't do that.
Why can't you just answer the question?
No,
Okay,
no,
that's what I'm
Just
trying to
answer the
explain
question.
to
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Like,
I think we should switch topics again because we got.
why you gotta?
Okay, what it's all
We're
coming
gonna
down.
kill
Okay,
right
what it's
now.
coming. What it's coming down to right now is he believes that, like, sex release is not right. It's not.
But it is at that age because
Yeah.
you don't know what it is. We do now because we're this
It's like-
age and we've experienced it. But at that age, you're discovering it. You have no idea what it is, so you don't know
Okay.
if it's wrong or if it's right. And you're saying that's a little girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You have to
saying.
explain to her that what
Uh-huh.
she's doing isn't
Uh-huh.
necessarily wrong. It's just not right for that age.
So we do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was doing that. But
That's what it is. No, but that's all it is. It's not. It's not. I would do that and then go on to the next thing because you're just gonna keep confuse her even more.
Well, like a child, right? Their brain's developing. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they pick up, they're gonna catch it and it's gonna grow on them. That's how we, that's how we evolve. Whatever your ideals are,
Yeah.
probably grew on you from when you're you.
It is what it is.
no, I'm not. Yeah,
I don't know. For
like
me,
I'm
that's all I
trying to
can
tell
say.
her it's not appropriate for that age.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. For that age, it's not. She shouldn't be doing that yet. But at the time when she's 16 or whatever, she can do whatever. She's old enough to
But then
know all
at
that.
that point though, she might be like not handicapped, but like she might be like she don't feel like it may screw her up, so she
Wow.
doesn't want to express herself sexually at all.
So okay, tell me, you will let her do that?
Yeah, but
Yes.
what's the
It's
difference?
not about letting
I
her.
would
What
like-
are you
if she's out in
doing? You're
public-
at work. You're making money, right? You're making films, right?
listen.
You're doing all that. You
At
don't
5
have to
years-
be with her 24/7.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is she doing when she's at school? When she needs to go for a bathroom break? When she needs to go, whatever the case may be, you're not with her 24/7.
okay.
Okay,
You're
listen.
saying,
Okay, listen. At 5 years old, you think they will disobey you?
Okay, honestly,
No, but
Okay, if I
they
will
might,
disobey
they might
you.
will. But same way, if they don't, it's because they feel like, oh my god, I did something wrong.
Yeah.
What's the
It's
difference
not,
between-
it's
You
not
did
a bad
something
thing.
wrong.
What's the difference between a 5-year-old doing it and your 16-year-old daughter doing it? What's
Because
the
at
difference?
5 years
Because you're
old,
saying at 16
it's
it's right and at
innocent.
5 it's not. Why?
It's
Explain the
yeah,
difference.
which
At
means
5
she doesn't know
five
what's
years.
really good.
That's when you tell her it's not the good thing to do.
Why?
You have to
Why?
explain why.
She doesn't even know why it's not good. So why are you gonna tell it to her?
Exactly.
She doesn't know why
Okay,
she's
listen.
doing
A
it.
16-year-old is old enough to know that, right?
Yeah, but how does she
Yeah,
learn?
but a
No, how does
5-year-old
she
doesn't.
learn it?
So
You're
10 years
explaining
on
it
top
to
of
her
her
head.
head,
wait,
11
wait,
years
wait,
on top of her
wait,
head.
wait, wait,
Excuse me for my math.
No, but I don't understand what in between those ages is gonna.
No, we're getting
tell
there.
the
I think we're
difference
getting
between
there.
what happens with a 5-year-old's body is what happens with a 16-year-old body. You have to explain that. You have to explain what happens in between those ages that makes it
And
okay.
again, it's not a big deal. Like she can't get off anyway.
Yeah, she doesn't even know what she's getting.
She doesn't know
on
it feels
to.
good.
All she's
Yeah,
doing
no,
is
I-
like
The 16-year-old is going in there knowing that it's gonna feel good and I'm gonna get off to it.
yeah.
And I'm missing something. That's why I'm
And
doing
that
it.
brings
The
us-
5-year-old's just like,
that
I'm gonna
brings
go on
us
my
back.
pillow.
That you were
I'm gonna go on my
the
pony. And she's like, feels good. All right, I'm
It's the
happy.
same- it's the
What's
same
up? So when
experience.
daddy comes up,
No, you know what? You can do that. Like my kid, I will tell her exactly that. That's not a good thing. Don't do that until whatever your appropriate age. I'll tell her that. Because you would let your
you're
daughter
gonna
go-
tell your 5-year-old, don't
Yeah.
do that until you're
Honestly,
16.
honestly, when it comes down to it, you don't stress the subject.
Yeah.
You're like you would honestly say, oh, okay, yo, that's not right, because if she wanna go and do that in public, it wouldn't look right. I'm saying, and develop. So you'd be like, okay, that's not right, but you wanna stress it, and like be at your child, or just sit her down and tell her exactly what she's doing or whatever. You wouldn't stress it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll
Okay, it's
sit
like-
her down and explain it to her. I'm not
It's
gonna
the same-
tell her.
It's the same as the first time she
Be the
feels
child,
something like hot, really hot. She touches it and she finds out right away that she doesn't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So if you completely take away her ability to experience that thing, it could completely like change her life.
She'll take a
And it's
gas tank
completely
and throw it on the
natural.
whole
Like
house.
everything,
and
like
see
she's
what
not gonna go
fires.
crazy. She's not gonna go crazy
Negative or
with it.
positive. Negative or positive. You can change something. You can play it.
No, just on my like me personally, I wouldn't like let her go to her room and like let her continue doing that. I
How do you
wouldn't feel
know?
right.
When do you have a
Because
time
the
and
fire.
day?
No,
So
listen.
every
That's what
time
I'm
your
saying.
child is gonna go,
Sometimes she's
Daddy,
doing
I'm
that
going
all the
upstairs and
time.
playing with my Barbies. You're gonna follow her up there?
No,
What are you
no,
do?
no, no,
What
no.
are you
It's not like
her
she's
camera?
scared.
What is
Doesn't
it?
matter. It's
No, I
fine.
understand.
Either
Yes,
way.
it does matter. That's what it comes down to.
No,
What are you
I'm
gonna
sorry,
do?
it's not
I understand what you're saying as a father is you couldn't bear that kind of thought.
Automatically
Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily have to
Okay,
follow her around.
you
It's
know.
not
I'm not
every
gonna
Friday
follow her
night
around.
of
No,
the day.
I'll tell
But you're
her.
saying she's not allowed in her room, so you have to take her from there. It doesn't
No, no,
mean
no.
Nah,
that
it's
every
like,
time-
No, no,
Daddy,
no,
what's
no,
wrong
no,
with my
listen,
room?
okay, listen,
It
listen,
doesn't-
listen.
Nah, 'cause it's
I'm not
not
saying I'm not gonna
right.
stop her from going to her room.
Yeah.
I'll sit her down, explain it to her, but I'm not gonna tell her it is okay. Go to your room and go do it in your room.
Yeah.
You know, like you're giving the freedom. She's not gonna know either way or whatever, right? She's just gonna go to her room and be like, okay, I can do that in my room, but I can do it outside. Like, what difference does it make? Like,
Yeah,
what
but I
difference
don't
does
think
it
that's
do?
the kind of message you're sending when you take someone out of the situation where they first experience something in. It's not, you can't go to your room, so that means you can't masturbate in public or whatever you're saying in public. I think
Okay.
that completely takes away from the fact and it holds them back into something else and it makes someone feel shame.
So, okay.
When you take,
That's what it
when you
comes
see
down
someone
to.
doing something wrong, you punish them for that. I think it's something more of like I understand what you're saying, Bob. I completely do. I do. But I think the way you're coming about it isn't exactly right.